Hello and welcome here to LA Union Station. Today I'm taking a ride on Amtrak Southwest Chief from here in Los Angeles to Albuquerque, New Mexico. It's going to be a really cool journey, and I'll be traveling in a Superliner Roomette. But let's go ahead and get this train trip started. Our journey begins here in LA Union Station's main waiting hall. LA Union Station has become a very important rail hub in the western United States since its opening in May of 1939. It's also not just important to Amtrak long-distance trains in the west. It also serves as the starting point for many of Metrolink's commuter rail trains. It's served by 3 Metro rail lines and many bus services. Because we are traveling in a private room, we get to go to Amtrak's Metropolitan Lounge. To get there, we head up the elevator to the 2nd floor, and after going up to the 2nd floor, we can step out of the elevator and head into the lounge. Amtrak's Metropolitan Lounge in Los Angeles is very nice but quite small. To start off, they have these little cubbies where you can store your carry-on luggage that you are bringing on board the train with you. There is seating all throughout the lounge, but it can fill up when it's very busy. They do not offer any meals in the lounge, instead a light selection of snacks and drinks. The snack selection is pretty decent, and they have this large refrigerator with water, juices, and soft drinks available. There's also a hot beverage machine which can prepare you coffee, tea, and hot chocolate. The lounge does have a kids play area, so this is really good for families traveling with kids, and there are restrooms available. In terms of views out of the lounge, there is not really much to write home about. You can see a few trains and the light rail going by. I also want to give a huge shout out to the lounge attendant who gave me this Amtrak Junior Conductor pin. After hanging out in the lounge for a few hours, it's time to head out to the platform and board Southwest Chief train number 4. To get there, we get to go in one of Amtrak's red cabs. These red cabs are little chauffeur carts which take you from the lounge to the platform and save you time from having to walk out there. While we're heading out to the platform, we are quickly stopped by one of the light rail trains crossing in front of us. Once it does cross in front of us, we are able to continue out to the platform. Here we can catch a quick glimpse of the train being backed in from the yard. Now our red cab driver takes us to the front of the train so we can board. After stepping on board the train, you'll find a luggage rack where you can store any bags that you don't want to take up to your room with you. My roomette is going to be on the 2nd level today, so we can head up the stairwell, and once at the top, we turn right to head down to hallway of roomettes. After going down just a couple of rooms, I arrive at my room. Roomette number 3, which is going to be my home for the next 18 hours on our ride to Albuquerque. Now that we've arrived at the room, let's do a full in-depth tour and see what the roomette has to offer. Welcome aboard the train. I'm going to give you a tour of one of these Superliner Roomettes. So coming in, you have 2 chairs here and one on each side. For each passenger, this can accommodate up to 2. And we'll start on this side. You have controls for the reading light here. It's touch, so you can touch it on and off. You have a call attendant button there, and then you have the controls for the ceiling light here. And it's a nice sized chair. It's pretty big. And then over here you have these steps which go up to the top bunk over there. You have some bathroom amenities here. You have lotion, shampoo, and conditioner. And there's some tissues back there. And then on this side, you also have a pillow here. And then you have a reading light and controls for the climate. And then the power outlet there. In here, you have a little closet here, where if you want to hang some coats back there, there are also some towels. There's a coat hook here, so if you have a coat and you want to hook it up there. And roomettes do not have bathroom in the room. It's a shared facility. For bedrooms, they do have one in the room. Here you have the table, which folds up and out, and there you have 2 water bottles on the side of it. You have the menu here. Here's the dinner menu, and then on the other side you have breakfast menu. And then there's a nice size window. As you can see, we're still at Los Angeles Union Station. We haven't departed yet. We will be departing soon. The door does close, so you can slide the door shut like this, and then there's the lock there. And then there are also privacy curtains for the window, so you pull it like this and the door So this one is for the door, and then there's one for the window over there. And the door does not lock when you leave the room. So if you like to lock the door, you have to be in the room. But when you leave, you have to leave the door open and it has to stay unlocked. But yeah, the roomette, it's a good size. And this is the lowest level of the Amtrak rooms. So you have above this, you have the bedroom, you have the family bedroom, and then you have the bedroom suite. But as you can see, it's really nice. And this would be a pretty comfortable way to travel on a long journey. Over here, I'm also going to give you a tour of one of the bedrooms. So coming in, you have a closet here. You can also put a coat there or a jacket. You want to store it there. Here in the bedrooms, you have an in-room shower, and you also have a toilet and a sink here. And then there's soap, tissues there. And then here in the room, you can see you have a big sofa. You have controls on both sides, so same as I just showed you in the roomette. In here, you have the bathroom. So you have the shower head there, you have the toilet, and then of course there's toilet paper, things like that, some towels in there. And then this door does close, so you can close that. You also have a little chair back here, and then there's also a mirror. Hey there. Have a nice big window in here. So you can see the difference between a bedroom and a roomette on board. And there you go. Here is one of the restroom facilities, and this is a shared restroom on the train. So as you can see, here is the sink, and there's some soap and Febreze there. There is the toilet. Here we have the flush button and the call attendant. Over here is the trash can, and then there's a handlebar for you to hold on. Up here, just some more toilet paper and tissues. There. We have a mirror here. Here we have toilet seat covers, and then the toilet paper is down there. And then we have a power outlet with two 120-volt outlets. And then there are also some paper towels here. So it's a pretty good sized facility, and the shower is in its own separate room. So we'll go ahead and take a look at that. We are now in the showering facility on the train. This is another shared facility. Here there are some bathroom amenities. So we have body wash, shampoo and conditioner, and lotion in that bucket. And then there's another outlet with two 120-volt plugs. We have some tissues here, and then there's some soap in there. There's another mirror, hey there. On this side we have the shower. It's behind this frosted Amtrak glass. And in the shower, it is a pretty good size. You can see there's a little place for you to sit in there. And then there is the shower head. They also have body wash, shampoo, and conditioner over there. So it's a pretty good facility here. But this is again shared, and there is one on the bottom floor of this car. But it's a nice facility though, and it works if you want to take a shower on the train. Once getting back to my room, the clock hits our departure time of 5:04 p.m., meaning our train begins pulling out of LA Union Station, and our journey to New Mexico has begun. Not long after leaving Union Station, we arrive at our first stop of Fullerton. Alright, it's been about an hour on the train, and it's been really good so far. I've been enjoying it. We've been cruising through the Los Angeles metro area, and we just passed our first stop at Fullerton, and we'll be arriving in Riverside soon, and I'm having my dinner at 7:45. It is 7:45, so it's time to make our way to the dining car to have dinner. To get over to the dining car, we head in the opposite direction of travel. This is done so that way sleeping car passengers are the only ones who pass through the sleeping cars. Passing between the vestibule, we can now head into the dining car and get sat down at a table. The table is decorated with a little flower. To start the meal, we get a warm bread roll with butter. Then we get the main appetizer, which is the pearl tempura shrimp. This shrimp was really good. Not long after this, my main dish comes, where I got Amtrak's signature flat iron steak. This steak was really really delicious, and considering that this was made on a moving train, it was stupendous. Lastly, for the dessert, I got the white chocolate blueberry cobbler cheesecake. This was also very delicious, and overall this meal service was fantastic. And my room has been transformed from day mode to bed mode. Bottom bunk and the top bunk here. And then on the top bunk, they also have this little kind of net to help keep you in there. But I'm about to head to bed. Welcome to the top bunk in the Superliner Roomette. Over here we have a reading light. This is the speaker for the train's PA system. There is a light over here. It's currently in night mode. It is a little small up here and there's not a lot of headroom, so just keep that in mind that the ceiling is really close. So when you're getting up, don't get up too fast, otherwise you'll hit your head on the ceiling. But I will see you guys in the morning. And just like that, welcome to our third and final state, New Mexico. We just spent the entire night traveling across Arizona, and now we have reached the land of enchantment. We're also entering the town of Gallup, New Mexico, which means we can have a fresh air break and step off the train. The fresh air break in Gallup lasts around 10 minutes. Passengers are not allowed to leave the platform or station area, so that way no one gets left behind when the train departs. But because it was really cold today, it's time to head back inside the warm train and get some breakfast. Heading back to the dining car, we'll be seated at a table again. I got the 3-egg omelet and this breakfast was really good. Now it's time to head to the observation car and enjoy some Land of Enchantment scenery. To enjoy the beautiful scenery, I hung out in the observation car. The observation car is open to every single passenger. It also has these windows which face up, which allow for passengers to get views of the scenery above. It has been about 13 hours on the train, and it's been really smooth through Arizona, and now we're in New Mexico. It's a little more bumpy here in New Mexico, but still decently smooth, and I had a really good night of sleep, but we'll be in Albuquerque in probably 2 hours, 30 minutes, maybe 3 hours. So it's been a really nice ride, but we're gonna go ahead and do a full train tour now. We begin our train tour in the car before ours. This car has not been updated yet, so the upholstery is still older and there are no wood finishings on the walls. Moving into our car, it has been updated, so that's why you see the wood finishings all on the walls and all of the upholstery has now been modernized. Each sleeping car is split up into 2 sections, one for roomettes and the other for the 5 bedrooms on the top level. Moving into the next car, we get to the dining car. This is where all meals are made on the train. You can either choose to eat your meals in the dining car or stay in your room, but I recommend eating in the dining car because you get to meet your fellow passengers. Moving into the next car, we get to the observation car. The observation car is the greatest place to hang out during the trip. This is also where you'll find the cafe car where you can buy snacks and drinks if you're ever hungry. Moving into the next car, we get to coach class. Coach class is located at the back of the train. Coach class is a really affordable way for you to travel if you don't feel like paying extra for a private room. These seats are comfortable, and if you just want to get where you're going cheaply, then I would recommend you book coach class. But it does not have the amenities such as sleeping cars, like meals are not included in your ticket, and there are no showering facilities in coach class. But if you don't care again, then I would say go with coach class. Heading back to the observation car, we are halfway between Gallup and Albuquerque, and the scenery is still gorgeous. After cruising in western New Mexico for a few hours, the Sandia Mountains come into view, which signals the end of our journey is near. We cross over the mighty Rio Grande, and soon enough, the landscape starts changing from rural to suburban, then urban. We pass by multiple factories and warehouses, but it's not long before downtown Albuquerque comes into view, and we pull into downtown Albuquerque Station approximately 16 and a half hours after leaving California. Now we can step off the train and end the journey.
Okay. Alright, thanks again, guys. Y'all enjoy now.
Now that we're off the train, we can head to the front and take a look at the P42 locomotives, which brought us the 16 and a half hours. P42s number 18 and 160 pulled the train from Los Angeles. P42 number 160 is decorated in Amtrak's 50th anniversary livery. In this video, you can also see how much wear and tear is on the locomotive from multiple decades of heavy use and going across the country many times. This also means that this video is coming to a close. If you enjoyed this, make sure to hit the like button and don't forget to click the subscribe button so that way you'll be notified when I upload future videos like this. If you're interested in what traveling on another Amtrak train is like, check out this video on the screen where I take you on board Amtrak's Pacific Surfliner from San Diego to Los Angeles. Thanks for coming along with me, and as always, safe travels.